Hi to everyone and welcome. Today we're going to continue with our throne room. So for today we're going to make the door, but I'm going to make it different. I want to try something. I want to add some, I don't know, we'll see. I'm thinking woman face with some wings and some uh, ornaments. And I'm going to bake this on flat surface, but we'll see how it's going to go. So I'm going to create again new project, and I'm going to transfer only the arch with the wall, because it's easier to work where is nothing else on the project. So let's copy this and let's delete this stuff from here, and we need to move this. So set origins to geometry. No, sorry, first reset all transforms, set origins to geometry. I need to move to remove this axis. Let's add move, and now selection to cursor. And here is the position, and now let me turn on the screencast keys. So if you want to see what buttons I'm pressing here, and now we start. So one way you can take one of these lines here and use them to start with the door, but you need to remove later on the vertices and to straighten them up. So I'm going to add one plane. I will start with plane, so shift and shift and S, cursor to world origin, and let that mesh plane rotate X 90 degrees, and we move this up, S and Z, S and X. I think we're going to start from here. So let me see, let's move this to be here on the bottom, to be on the same height with the door. And now in edit mode, I'm going to select these two vertices, and we move them here on this point. So we add one edge loop in the middle, and we don't need actually this one. So let's delete vertices, and here we're going to add, it's up to you, you can add 3, 4 or even more, but I think yeah, I think 3 edge loops, so we need 5 wooden beams, wooden planks to be inside the door. So we're going to keep it this way, and here we're going to select this. We're going to extrude on z-axis, and let's turn on vertices, and let's select this one here in the end, and here you need to choose root or something sharper, and we're going to pull this, and we will try to match how much is possible the shape of the arch. So I'm going to keep this like this, and here these vertices, we need to be on SZ0. Sorry, I need to turn on the proportional editing, SZ0, and move them down back to the position. And now I'm going to try to adjust this. So here we're going to add one edge loop, and let's move this vertex here. And SZ0 like this, and we move this up. So let's use cut tool, and let's we select X and we cut on X, and here we're going to do the same. We press X and you cut on X axis, and so we will see, do we need more? So I'm doing this way because I want to keep the shape of the wooden beams, this straight part here. Normally I will use circle and adjust the arch. So here I'm going to keep it this way. Anyway, later on I'm going to have a metal frame, so then I'm going to adjust this, so it's not so important. So now what we're going to do, I want to select all outside vertices, and we're going to Shift and D and duplicate them, and we're going to separate selection, and let's hide this one. So this we're going to use for the frame. So now let's select these two and subdivide, and now I can adjust the frame. Okay, subdivide, and let's leave this like this. Now let's unhide this plane, and let's change to face mode, and now we're going to select these two, and we're going to press Y to separate them. Okay, now let's select O, and we're going to extrude a little bit, and select O again, and cursor to selection, origins to 3D cursor, and now Alt and S, and we're going to scale them a little bit, just a little bit, just to have some small gap. You need to be on the individual origins when you do that. And here we change to H mode, and we select these edges like this. Only the middle one, anyway this one is not going to be visible, and we're going to bevel them just a little bit like this, and actually let's move back before we bevel and mark them as a sharp, and now you can bevel because it's going to make them also the new ones sharp, so we don't need to do it again. So yes, here let's turn on the cavity. So yeah, here we have our wooden beams inside the door, and now we can continue with the frame. Let's unhide everything. Let's hide these beams, and let's go to edit mode, and let's fill this. Now first I want to make some changes, so we're going to delete these vertices. Now we're going to fill this. Also we don't need for the moment, so we're going to dissolve these vertices, and let's reset all transforms, origins to geometry, cursor to selection, edit mode. Now let's insert like this, and we're going to fix this later on, so maybe not that much. I think yeah, this is okay, but it's up to you how much you're going to insert. So let's move this vertex, and here I want to fix this, so we press 1 Z and we add 1, enter, again X like this, enter, and we're going to dissolve this edge here, GG, to move this like this, and this one we're going to move a little bit down like this. This can move a little bit up. Anyway, actually we can remove this one, it's not such a big deal. So let's dissolve this edge. Let me check from here. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, if you want to be a very smooth arch, you can add here also more edge loops and to adjust it better, but this should be also a little bit optimized, so it's no point. I think it's going to look fine. So now let me do the same here. Actually you can leave it like this, but I'm going to fix this, enter, Z like this, enter, and we're going to dissolve this edge, and here we're repeating the same. X, enter, Z, enter, and let's dissolve this edge. So I need to decide where I'm going to have these frames. So let me add somewhere we have triangles and this causing me problems, so let me join this, and now we're going to add one H loop. I think here, maybe here, yeah, here it's fine. So let's select these two and let's bevel. Something like this, it's okay. And let's select the faces, and we're going to delete these faces, and A, select all, and we're going to extrude, and we extrude on Y or on X, doesn't matter. So like this, maybe a little bit more, and let's select all, and let's move this little bit in the back, and to be sure that it's equal to the both sides is in the and also is in the middle. So let's Shift S cursor toward origins to 3D cursor, and now we're going to symmetrize, and yeah, now it's equal from the both sides, and we don't need this middle H loop, so we're going to dissolve it, and let's bevel outside edges. So I'm going to select what we need. So the problem is with we have a bevel add-on which we can use. Maybe I'm wrong, but actually when you add bevel, also adding bevel here in the inside edges, and I don't need that. Maybe there is a way, some adjustment to make it work, to bevel only the outside edges, but I don't know. So I'm going to select them by hand, and I'm not sure about this one. No, I don't want to bevel this one. Actually, I don't want to bevel also this one and this one. So let's see how it's going to work. I just want just a little bit, something like that. Yeah, I don't want bevel here. I think this is okay. So let me see how it's look with bevel down. Also this edge. Yeah, it's not that bad, but I think this will be fine like this. Okay, so now we can do also, we can mark a sharp and mark a seam. Select also this one inside, also this one, and this one, this one, and this. Okay, and we mark a seam and mark a sharp, and if you want you can break these two parts, but I want to keep it full, so later when we UV unwrapping we will see how it's going. So let's go outside and object and shade smooth. So this part is smooth. I don't like this shit, so let me check. Yeah, because somehow we select them also, I don't know when. So nah, what the fuck. So it was Control Shift, yeah, no, Control and Out, so we can select this one. Also here, now we're going to make them one by one, so I need to remove this sharp here and these seams. So clear seams and clear sharp. I don't know, in some point I select them. So clear sharp and clear seam, and also for the other side. Shift and out, and clear sharp and clear seam. And here I missed one, and it's not beveled and there is no seams and so on, but we're going to select all, and we're going to mesh, symmetrize. Yeah, sometimes it's happening, so we symmetrize in y-axis. If you wonder why it's not happening the same way, so now we need to select this again and this again and this again, and we're going to dissolve edges. Yeah, never is perfect, sometimes mistakes are happening. This is the work, so we need to fix it. So now this should look fine. Yeah, we don't have these edges. Anyway, you can see here we have some square shapes, you know, but you always cannot subdivision surface or something if you want this to be perfect. For me this is okay. And let's unhide our wooden beams. And now we need to create the place where is going to be the walk. So edit mode. So now we're going to add one edge loop here, and we're going to move it down like this, and we're going to select these faces, and we're going to Alt E, and we're going to extrude manifold. So like this, it's okay. Maybe this should be a little bit up, so we move this face a little bit up so we can have this bevel here. And let me see. Yeah, I think it's fine. It can be a little bit up. So let's select these faces. And let's move this little bit up like this. Yeah, it looks nice. Also, it's good to consider how tall is your reference. What I mean is, like, let's grab our human, let's copy, and let's paste here, so you can see it's a little bit high, but this is big door, so it's up to you how you're going to do this. It should be here somewhere. You can move this part a little bit down, but I'm going to keep it this way. We don't look for realistic here, so let's delete this boy. And here, let's see, we need to make these edges sharp and mark a seam also this one, mark a seam, mark a sharp here on the back, and also this. So mark a seam and mark a sharp, and we can add here, we can join this like this. So yeah, this looks okay. Let's select this frame. You can add mirror modifier so you can see how it's going. So now let's go to edit mode, and here I'm going to select these 4 vertices and going to add cursor to selection, and let's add I'm thinking cube or plane. Let's add a plane, rotate X 90 degrees. Let's scale this one down like this. What's happened? Yeah. And let's rotate 45 and let's scale a little bit more down. So now we're going to extrude, and we can delete this face in the back. So let's bevel these edges like this. Select all, and actually, do you know, we can mark a sharp and mark a seam, and let's move this back to be on the position. And we're going to add 1 cube. Let's scale this down. Let's move it S and Y like this. Also we can delete this back face. Let's move this here. So I'm not sure, I'm thinking this to be a different material, so actually you can use this part not to be separated, but I'm going to separate them. And here I'm not sure, do I want to bevel a little bit? Or not to bevel? Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. Let's select this face and we're going to insert, and we're going to extrude out like this, and we're going to select these two edges, we're going to bevel them, and we're going to add some segments here like this. We select these faces here and we're going to insert, and here with the loop tools we're going to bridge. And I think, sorry, we can scale this a little bit like this. Let's move it out. And I'm thinking, do I want to move this back to be like this? Actually, it doesn't matter. So let's select L with L this shape, and now I'm going to remove we need to change to edge mode. I'm going to remove the edges which I don't want to be sharp, and I don't want to have seams there. So this one, and I think this is all. So let's mark a seam and mark a sharp, and I think this should look fine now. This should be, let me check what I did. No, it should be, smooth. I don't know why it's not smooth. Let's very strange. I think no, I don't understand. Yeah, sometimes I don't understand what's happening. Now everything is fine. This should be smoothed. You're not supposed to see this. Okay, let me try. We're going to separate selection. Let's go to object mode. And now it's working. I don't know, maybe no, there is a mirror also. I don't get it. So let's join them. Now everything is fine. I don't know what's happened. So let's make this outside. Now we're going to add mesh, circle, rotate X 90 degrees. We're going to scale this down like this. Let's move this out. So the size is up to you. I'm thinking maybe, but we'll see later. Maybe this should be a little bit bigger. But we'll make this later. So now we're going to go to object. We're going to convert this to curve. And here I want to go to geometry, and I'm going to add some thickness like this. And I think this is fine. So yeah, we're going to make this bigger, and we're going to move it a little bit on the side. So let's move this here like this, and we can reduce the resolution. So I think this is okay. Resolution to be on 2. It's no need this very small element. Yeah, but I think it's too big. So let's scale it a little bit like this. A little bit up. So yeah, this is a small element. No need to have that much vertices. Even this is too much. So now we're going to convert this to mesh. Let's go in edit mode, and here I want to select this edge loop and this one, and I'm going to mark a seam, and let's go to object mode. Let's shade smooth this like this, and let's select the door frame. And now I want to select this and this one, and we're going to move them here a little bit down, and we're going to scale them a little bit more like this. And select only this part, and let's move it out. I'm very clumsy with my fingers. Maybe my keyboard is not that good. So let's select this boat. Let's move them a little bit down. Yeah, see again, pressing different buttons. So yeah, this looks nice. So now let's select this one and this one. Now first we need to, actually the origins is here. So we have this one, and we're going to mesh and symmetrize so we can transfer this part to the other side also. But maybe we should merge this and this one. Let's join and let's go back. Let's select this and we're going to symmetrize, and now we should have our door knob in the both sides of the door. Okay, if you want, you can add one mirror for the wood beams and reset all transforms. And now you have basic door. Yeah, actually I think we can join this both the wooden beams and the door frame, but actually no, this is going to be like our high poly. I don't want this this geometry to be on the main door. We don't need this. It's only going to be a baked. So we can hide this. And one way is to add plane here. And the other one is to make it together to be one single mesh. So it's up to you. The one way is to add one edge loop here. Actually, two edge loops here, like this. You can select the faces and you can delete the faces. And now you can select this and fill. Also in the other side. And we fill. And basically we're going to bake the wooden beams and also these ornaments which we're going to put on this plane here. So let me go and let's unhide this. So yeah, we need to move these faces, this plane face here. We need to move it outside. So it should be close to the wooden beam so we can bake on top of it. But first we need to do this properly. So let me do it like this. So we're going to add one edge loop here. We're going to add one here. Also we're going to add one here. And now we're going to select them and we're going to bevel like this to this position. We need only one segment. So, and now change to face mode, and we're going to delete faces, and now we have equal parts in every side and everything it's fine. So now we can select these edge loops and fill, and select this one, and this one, and we're going to fill, and here we can mark a seam and mark a sharp, also in other side. Select them and mark a seam and mark a sharp. And yeah, we miss this part here. So mark a sharp and mark a seam, and let's go to object mode. So this we're going to use for wall poly, and let's unhide this. So let's select the wood beams, and we're going to go to edit mode, select all, and we're going to mesh symmetrize. So yeah, so we can see them also in this side. And anyway, later on we're going to adjust the position of the plane. Let's hide this one. Yeah, this plane, so we can see how to bake it best way. So now let's make this these hinges. They're going to be only in the one side. So here here we have some gap. I think now it's okay. Anyway, you can adjust this later. And so where is the back side? Oh, this is the front. So here in the back side we're going to make something simple. Yeah, we have too much distance here. So I think the problem is this is not in the center. So let's move this little bit like this. Anyway, this is not important. Yeah, now looks equal. So let's Shift and S, cursor to the world origins, and we're going to add mesh cylinder. Let's scale this down. Let's move this here. Let's scale this more down. Like this. S and Z. And yeah, one more mistake. I should have reduced the edges here. So I'm going to select every second, and now it was Control Shift and plus. We're going to select the rest, and now we're going to dissolve these edges. Actually, we can do it one more time. Let me try. Control Shift plus, and let's dissolve these edges. I think this is fine. This is very small element, so it's no need to have that much elements. So now we're going to select this face here, and we're going to extrude. Extrude, and this goes in the wrong direction. So extrude X. Yeah, we're going to extrude it on X-axis. Let's move this a little bit more, like this. Let's select all. Let's move this down, like this. And here we can select these vertices SX0, so we can straight this part. And yeah, this is all actually. So you can make them bigger, you can put them somewhere else. For me here this is fine, so let's select all, Shift and D. I'm going to move this up here on this part. Like this. And what I see in the most of the games which I play, they don't have hinges. It's just a door, but I have one project where I was doing also the down part, and down part was fixed here on the frame, and this is crazy. Most of the time nobody bothers with these things because nobody watch that much for the details. So we have the hinges. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe this should be a little bit longer, like this. And so let's go to object mode. Let's select this, and we're going to join them and see automatically transfer the mirror and add them on the other side. So here this going a little bit out. I forget something. We're going to do it now. You can make the door a little bit thinner so this can fit inside. but I don't think this is such a big problem. So let's go to edit mode, and we need to be on this side. So yeah, now I'm going to select this face and this face. I'm going to extrude down. So yeah, we need this part also to look more realistic. And now let's select all. Yeah, select this part, this and this one, and we're going to select invert selection, and we're going to hide. So I want to again select this one and this one. Now we're going to deselect these edges. And we're going to mark a seam and mark a sharp. We don't need this to be sharp, but anyway, let me see. Actually, we can do something here. Let's add one edge loop here, and we're going to bevel this edge loop. Let's move this a little bit down, and we're going to scale this down like this, and select this one, and we're going to mark a seam and mark a sharp. So let's select this one. We're going to delete edges, select all, Shift and D to duplicate this, and let's unhide everything. Select this one and let's move it to the right position like this. And now again we have the same problem. This is not shading smooth. Yeah, now it's okay. So this is not necessary, but I like these small details. Anyway, if you need very low poly version, you know what to do. You don't need this, or you can bake it from high poly to low poly if you want to be visible. So now we are done with the main door. We have everything, but we don't have bolts. So I want to have bolts. So let's go to edit mode. Let's add one edge loop here and one edge loop here and one here, and going to select this, but we don't need the other part. So let's Shift and D, sorry, not Shift and D, let's separate selection. And now we're going to deal, we don't need this mirror. Now we're going to remove what we don't need. So let's switch to vertex mode. Let's turn on X-ray. So we delete this, we delete this, delete this, also this one. Let's delete the vertices. Let's go to X, and we don't need these vertices. And select these two, cursor to selection, origins to 3D cursor. Let's change to median point, and let's scale this to be straight, a little bit down, like this. Now let's select this, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to go to Blender 5. I'm not using it because they changed some buttons, or I don't know, maybe I did something, but my out, it's not working properly. I try to fix it, but I can't, and I'm lazy. I don't want to bother with this anymore. So let's Control V. What we are here, why we are here, because I want to select this object. Let's convert it to curve, and we're going to add one mesh, circle, cube, cylinder, rotate X 90 degrees. Let's scale this down. Let's go in edit mode. Let's select this, cursor to selection, and let's select this one, move selection to cursor. I'm going to scale this a little bit more, and here I'm going to using the array because here is a little bit more advanced. And now we're going to select to be here on curve, and we're going to select this curve which we made, and align rotation we're going to turn off, and we're going to add count. So this is the same way how we're making stitches, but here we're going to use this for the button. So let's select all, we're going to copy, and we're going to go back to 4.5, and we're going to continue again here. So let's unhide the door. Let's turn off this X-ray, and now we're going to play with the these bolts. So this is too big, so we're going to scale this down like this. Let's go in edit mode, S and Y. Now we need to scale this down. Let's move it out like this. No, S and Y a little bit more. X-ray, I want to delete this back face, so delete this face. Yeah, and again I did the same mistake. I'm always forgetting that by default I think it's 32 edges for the cylinder. So again we're going to Control Shift and plus. We're going to select every second and we're going to delete edges. Even this is too much, but anyway, I want to have round bolts. So why it didn't delete this? Let's because I delete them, I didn't dissolve them. So yeah, we need to dissolve them. So here now we're going to, one way is to bevel for one segment. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like this. If you want to optimize this, you need to delete this face and select this edges and Control F to grid fill, so you can have nice topology, but it's not important for me. If this is flat, it's okay, and very small element. But anyway, I'm going to leave it like this now. So let's object shade smooth. Let's shade out smooth. Yeah, like this. And now we need to adjust. So maybe we can reduce the numbers and see how it's going. So I want to have in the both corners on the bottom of the door let's try by distance. To fix something. I'm not sure we can manage that, but we always can move some of them by hand just to be nicer. Let me see how it's on the top. Yeah, here we have one. So I think this looks fine. We can move this two on the corner to look nicer, and we can add maybe here some more. Here it's okay. I don't want to be here somewhere close to this part, so I think we're going to leave it like this. But before we're going to apply array, we need to come here and let's select these edges and let's mark a sharp, mark a seam, let's select one in the bottom and also the back side, and let's mark a seam, and now we can apply this array. And let's go back to edit mode, and now I want to play a little bit with this, so this we're going to move here like this we're going to move here, and shift and D, and we're going to move one here. Let's select this one and shift and D, and let's move this here like this. Now select these four and shift and D, and we're going to move them up like this, and make them to be on the middle, and select these two and just move them a little bit to be on the straight line with this one, because anyway it's going to be annoying. And let's select this four again, shift and no, so we select this four, shift and D, and let's move them here on this, make them to be on the middle. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, it's look nice. And now we're going to shift and A, reset all transforms, and we're going to generate one mirror on y-axis. Let's remove x-axis so that we have bolts on the other side of the door, and we're going to apply this and select them, select the frame, and we're going to join them. And now we have everything how it's supposed to be. Now we're going to hide this one and this one, and we can delete this curve. We don't need it, so let's unhide everything. So here we have complete door. If you want to be just a simple door with no ornaments here and so on and so on, the only difference here is that here I have one bar in the middle, but here is different because we're going to add some stuff here on top. And yeah, actually it's looking also nice this way. So anyway, it's up to you how we're going to do it.